Rome's story often seems like a man's world. Emperors, generals, senators, these figures dominate the historical landscape. But this is only half the picture. Roman society in reality functioned on a system of separate spheres for men and women. Men held public power, shaping politics, law, and war. Women, legally restricted, exerted their influence through intricate social networks and within the household. This division, however, was not always clear-cut. Roman women, despite lacking formal political rights, could wield considerable power. Their influence often operated behind the scenes, shaping family decisions, managing businesses, and even impacting public affairs. This complex interplay of power and limitations forms the heart of our exploration. We will journey into the lives of Roman men and women, uncovering their roles, expectations, and the realities that lay beyond legal statutes. Our journey will take us from the bustling forum to the private spaces of Roman homes. We will meet men who commanded armies and crafted laws, and women who navigated societal norms to secure their families' fortunes and futures. Through their stories, we will understand how Roman society, while seemingly rigid in its gender roles, offered room for maneuver, adaptation, and the exercise of power in both expected and unexpected ways. The Roman man's life was deeply intertwined with the public sphere. From a young age, boys were groomed for roles in politics, military service, and civic life. Education focused on rhetoric, law, and history, skills essential for navigating the Roman political landscape. The cursus honorum, the ladder of public offices, beckoned ambitious men, promising prestige, power, and the opportunity to shape the empire. Military service was both an obligation and a path to advancement. Rome's legions, renowned for their discipline and effectiveness, offered men from all social strata a chance to prove their valor and climb the ranks. Victories on the battlefield brought glory to the individual and strengthened Rome's dominance. The army was more than a fighting force. It was a symbol of Roman masculinity and a proving ground for leadership. Roman society was hierarchical, and men's status was defined by their lineage, wealth, and achievements. The senatorial elite, composed of wealthy landowners and distinguished families, held the most power. They debated laws, governed provinces, and commanded armies. The equestrian order, a class of wealthy businessmen and landowners, also played a significant role in public life, holding administrative positions and managing financial affairs. Within the home, the Roman man held absolute authority as the pater familias. This patriarchal figure controlled the family's property, finances, and even the lives of his wife, children, and slaves. His word was law, and his decisions unquestionable. The concept of patria potestas, the father's power, was a cornerstone of Roman society, reflecting the importance of family lineage and the continuity of tradition. The paterfamilias was responsible for the education and upbringing of his children. Sons were trained for public life, while daughters were prepared for marriage and motherhood. Marriages were often arranged, with the paterfamilias negotiating dowries and alliances with other families. The stability and success of the family rested on his shoulders, and his actions had a ripple effect on Roman society as a whole. Despite his absolute authority, the paterfamilias was not a tyrant. He had a moral and social obligation to care for his family, provide for their needs, and uphold their honor. Roman society valued pietas, a sense of duty and loyalty towards family, gods, and the state. The paterfamilias embodied this ideal, serving as a guardian of tradition and a pillar of the social order. Roman women lived in a world of legal limitations. They could not vote, hold public office, or serve in the military. Their lives were largely confined to the domestic sphere, where they were expected to manage the household, raise children, and uphold the family's honor. Their legal status was tied to their male guardian, first their father and then their husband, who controlled their property and represented them in legal matters. However, the reality of women's lives often transcended these legal boundaries. While lacking formal political power, Roman women exerted influence through their social networks and within the family. They played crucial roles in managing the household finances, educating their children, and shaping their family's social standing. Their opinions and advice were often sought by their husbands and sons, blurring the lines between public and private spheres. Furthermore, Roman women had economic agency. They could own property, inherit wealth, and engage in business ventures. Some women, particularly those from wealthy families, managed their own finances, invested in land, and even ran businesses. Their economic activities contributed to the Roman economy and provided them with a degree of independence, challenging the notion of their complete subservience to men. Livia Drusilla, a woman of substance. The life of Livia Drusilla, wife of Emperor Augustus, exemplifies the complex interplay of limitations and influence for Roman women. While never holding formal political office, Livia exerted significant power throughout her long life. She was a trusted advisor to Augustus, influencing his decisions and shaping his policies. Her shrewdness, political acumen, and unwavering ambition made her a force to be reckoned with in the corridors of power. Livia's influence extended beyond the political sphere. She was a patron of the arts, supported religious institutions, and used her wealth to benefit the Roman people. Her public image was carefully cultivated, portraying her as a model of Roman womanhood, dignified, virtuous, and devoted to her family. This carefully crafted persona enhanced her influence and allowed her to operate effectively within the constraints of Roman society. Livia's story, however, is not without controversy. Rumors of her ruthlessness and involvement in political intrigues have persisted throughout history. Some historians accuse her of orchestrating the deaths of potential rivals to secure her son Tiberius's succession to the throne. Whether these accusations hold true or not, Livia's life demonstrates that Roman women, even within a system designed to limit their power, could rise to positions of extraordinary influence. Behind the curtain women's power in the private sphere, the Roman household was not merely a space of domesticity, it was a center of power where women played pivotal roles. Women managed the household finances, oversaw the education of children, and cultivated social connections that could benefit their families. Their influence, while often subtle and indirect, was instrumental in shaping the lives of their husbands and sons, and by extension, Roman society as a whole. Women were also responsible for maintaining the family's social standing. They organized banquets, hosted guests, and ensured that their families behaved in accordance with societal expectations. Their social skills, diplomacy, and ability to navigate complex social hierarchies were essential for the family's success. The reputation of a Roman family, and by extension the men within it, rested heavily on the shoulders of its women. Within the household, women also held authority over slaves, directing their labor and managing their lives. This power dynamic, while highlighting the brutality of Roman slavery, also provided women with a degree of control and influence within their own domain. They could reward loyal slaves, punish transgressions, and shape the social environment of the household. Religion and ritual, a shared spiritual landscape. Religion played a significant role in Roman life, offering both men and women a space for shared spiritual expression. Roman religion was polytheistic, with a vast pantheon of gods and goddesses associated with various aspects of life, from agriculture to warfare to love. Religious festivals, rituals, and sacrifices were integral to Roman society, providing a sense of community and reinforcing social bonds. Women played active roles in Roman religion, participating in public rituals, offering sacrifices, and even serving as priestesses in certain cults. The Vestal Virgins, a group of women dedicated to the goddess Vesta, held a position of high honor and responsibility, tending to the sacred fire in the temple of Vesta and ensuring the continuity of Roman religious traditions. While men dominated the official priesthoods of major deities, women often held positions of religious authority within their families and communities. They passed down religious traditions, interpreted omens, and performed rituals to protect their households and ensure the well-being of their loved ones. Conclusion: a legacy of contrasts. Ancient Roman society presents a complex and fascinating picture of gender roles. While men dominated the public sphere, holding political power and shaping the course of the empire, women exerted their influence through a network of social connections and within the domestic realm. Roman law may have confined women to a legally subordinate position, but their lives reveal a far more nuanced reality. The story of Roman women is one of resilience, adaptation, and the strategic use of power within a system designed to limit their influence. From Livia Drusilla's political maneuvering to the everyday influence of wives and mothers within their families, Roman women left an indelible mark on their society. Their legacy reminds us that power can manifest in various forms, often operating behind the scenes and defying easy categorization. The Roman model of separate spheres for men and women, while seemingly rigid, offered space for negotiation, influence, and the expression of individual agency. Understanding these complexities enriches our understanding of Roman history and provides valuable insights into the enduring dynamics of power and gender in human societies.